Oh, that was nicely taken, that was. It's just not slowing down. When this is on song autopilot, it's just awesome. I've done it before, okay. Oh, apart from the last little bit. Hi, John here. So, just gonna turn around. I'm in St Neots at the moment, and I'm about to just head back home to Higham. I'm waiting for a car to come past. There we go. And I'm out because I'm testing the new version of the software, 2020.20.12, which I've actually had installed for a bit, and a bit of a tale with this one, so sit back nicely. This is my fourth go at trying to record the content for this, and the reason for that is that the previous attempts have failed due to camera malfunctions. So what I've been doing is I've been very unhappy with the quality of just a single camera. So I've been trying to improve things and give different angles and add a bit more interest, which allows you to see what's happening in terms of what I see in the screen on the visualization in the car, but also what's obviously happening on the road. And it's very difficult to capture that with a single camera because of the changes in the contrast between what's happening outside and also what's happening inside the car in terms of the ambient light levels. They're really different, and the dynamic range of the cameras just can't deal with it. So I've been working on that, and why I've had quite a few goes at it is that I haven't been happy with any of the results so far, which means that you haven't seen them either. So this morning I've just done one run and then realised that one of the cameras wasn't recording. So it's pilot error. And I'm just now going on the return trip back along the B645 to see if I can do any better on this one. So we've got the three cameras. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Do these work? Is it a better representation of what's going on? Do you feel that it shows you more? If you're new here, well, welcome. My name's John, and I do all types of things. So these are the typical types of videos I like doing. The autopilot on the Tesla. This is a Tesla Model 3 Performance. The screen here is, we're currently in autopilot, indicated by that blue steering wheel. We have also got the lines either side of the road markings to indicate that we're on autopilot. You'll also hear the chime when it kicks in as well. When we drop out of autopilot, which I will do if we need to take control, and safety over video obviously, and you'll hear it chime, and then this will turn to grey and the blue lines will disappear as well. So we're currently in a 50, and we're going to leave that and go into a 60. Now these bends here are quite tricky. It's done that one okay. We are a little bit pedestrian, and I've got a truck behind me now who's just appeared, so I shall keep up my speed, and it may be that I have to knock out of autopilot because of that. It's a nasty bend coming up here, which generally I'm going to turn it off, which generally it'll do at about 20 miles an hour, which is a little bit crazy. Come on. Yeah. You can do it. There we go. And because I've got that truck behind me, I don't really want to cause them inconvenience by going round like a bit of a pedestrian. It's just not slowing down for some corners for some reason. I don't really know why. But it's specific corners. It's not as if it's like all corners. It's just particular ones that it goes, no, we can get round here at 60, John, it's fine. No, it's not. You will never get round there at 60. So yes, we will take over when need be. I said earlier that I haven't done many updates, video updates on the new version of the software, mainly because we've been obviously in lockdown and haven't been allowed out. So now that has eased and we can go out. So there's been 2 software updates since that time. Generally, I've found that the AutoPilot is a lot better. It's a lot more confident on fast sweeping bends. It maintains a much higher speed, and it's only the odd corners that it really bulks at. And there's quite a few on this road where it just throws in the towel because it can't do it. It's limited. Its hands are tied basically by the EU regulations around how far we can actually turn the wheel. So I'm disengaging, perhaps a little bit early, but I'm disengaging AutoPilot here because I know that we won't get through the limitation that's coming up in a minute, which is a chicane. There's just no way it'll do that. This is a 30 through here. I'm hoping the truck turns off, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Real sharp right-hander coming up here at the end. Let's see how we get on with this. It's done it before, okay. Oh, apart from the last little bit where it was going curb-wise off to the left, so I just pulled it off. Keeping up with the traffic though, which is good. 30 ends in a bit and we go back into a 60 with the odd exit with a chicane again out of the village. So we shall disengage for that as well, I suspect, because it never does it properly. It will just, from experience, crash into the side. Or head for the side. Oh, come on. Hey, there we go. I was too keen. It can be a little bit of a busy road along here. We're now in a gaggle of cars. We've got 2 in front and 2 behind. Yeah, a little bit slow through that long sweeping right-hander. It could have done that a little bit quicker, whereas the turn before, the left-hand turn before it, rush round at a maximum speed that I would have probably gone round it at. So yeah, it is a bit inconsistent sometimes. Whilst the 2 bends aren't exactly comparable, there is a little bit of an inconsistency on how it approaches things. Cars is turning off behind us, which is good. It gives us a bit more leeway. Although saying that because there's so many 30-mile-an-hour stretches along here and you end up doing the actual speed limit through here, because that's what the car will allow you to do. It won't allow you to, on autopilot, to navigate at a higher speed. So we're in a 30, so we would have to use 30 to be able to use autopilot. It's bin day round here as well today, so you should see loads of bins on the visualization. There's loads of new options on the visualization as well. So there's a couple of bins there just going past. The traffic lights recognition is much improved. There's a lot more signage that it picks up on the road, so road markings and what have you. We've got a cyclist in front of us, so we will have to disengage to overtake them when it's safe to do so. There you go, just spot them on the visualization in front of the car. The blue Ford in front is a little bit keen to try and get past. There we go, I think they were going to overtake, and there's actually nowhere to overtake at the moment. Coming into a straight in a minute. This is a popular road for motorcyclists and cyclists. Now, it's picked up the cyclists because I was wondering what it would do, whether it would keep our distance or not. So I'm going to disengage and overtake the cyclist. There we go. This is Kimbolton we're coming into, and Kimbolton has some really sharp corners, 90-degree corners, very tight, and the car just won't do them. Here's the first one of them coming up, so I will disengage through Kimbolton because I know from experience that the car just will not take these corners. That's one. There's a second one coming up here. And then it struggles through here as well because it's a very wide road, but because of the interesting parking, let's put it this way, it's like here there's a BMW which is stuck out into the road. Oh, that's because of reversing out. That'll explain it. Oh, it's a jack. Might as well let them out. And then there's more little bends around here which are tricky to deal with. And there we go, out of the tricky bits. Bin day. More bins. Bins on the right, bins on the left. Car in front had just pulled out of his drive. And he's going up to Stow Longer. So now cleared. And off we go again. Stow Longer is quite popular because it takes you to the A14, so I'm going to say most people are going that way, but there's a couple of people who aren't, which is a bit disappointing. They're coming this way. Some bins coming up on the right hand side for your delectation. There they are. Out into a 60, so I've just scrolled up on the steering wheel, the scroll speed to take us to 60. So now a cyclist, I'm just going to dial down for him because we're going to meet him on a corner. foot down and my sound recorder disappeared off the shelf where it was staying, where it was resting. So just dial us down here. So into Tilbrook, which is a 30. Can't get the right speed on the doofer there, John. That's it, got it. Got a car behind me now, it's caught up. It's nice to see so many convertibles out in this weather. I don't know if it's still true, but the UK had one of the highest sales of convertibles out of any country, which is strange really with our weather. You'd think it would be pretty poor, but yeah, apparently so. It's very popular. Almost out of the 30, back into a 60. There we go. Taken. See, some of the bends it just does extremely well, very confidently, as if you were driving yourself, whereas there are also some, and it's particular bends that it doesn't like at all. There's one coming up here. Let's see what it does. It's not this one, it's the next one. This one up here is a tight right-hander, so it's coming in at 50. We're now slowing down quite considerably. 50, 30. It's like way too slow for here. 27. You know, it's got round it, but crikey, who's that pedestrian? The car behind us actually hasn't caught us up, thankfully. But you know, it's just way too slow. It's about 5, maybe even 10 mile an hour slower than it should be. But hey, you know, it's got round safely, as long as there's no traffic. If there was someone following you, then they would be in your boot, basically, because they wouldn't expect you to creep round at that speed. Might be a bit of flare on the lens, because I noticed the direction of the sun on this particular camera. So, sorry, can't do much about that. The joys of GoPros. I did use my big Sony, I say big, it's bigger compared to the size of a GoPro, but it's a Sony A7 Mark III with a very small lens on it, so it's a very small camera in terms of its form and size, but it was rattling on the mounts, and the mounts are actually very sturdy mounts. It's a double. Oh yeah, you know we're going to make that, were you? Going hell for leather for that one. Yeah, so double suction mount I've got on the glass roof, so it's a very sturdy all metal construction suction cup with a metal ball head, and it'll take the weight of the camera, but there was just too much shake and it was sort of vibrating, so the footage didn't look very good, so I haven't used it. But I'll bring you up some footage of my previous attempts, so you can have a look. For general, I'm going to go to 7, which is the maximum. It's a bit more comfortable. So I'm not doing anything here apart from intervening when it's potentially dangerous, as it was back then, when it wouldn't overtake. Oh, coming into a 40 here at Hargrave. It'll be nice when it's got the recognition for the speed signs, because it's built into the software, but it's just not activated at the moment. So it will recognise those speed signs, the 40s and 50s and 60s and 30s, and whereas at the moment it's purely relying on map data to indicate what the speed limit is. So it's always a bit slower to pick up on, especially if the map data is incorrect, which in quite a few places it is. So the posted speed isn't actually what the speed is showing on the display. But hey ho, you know, progress. It's the thing with a piece of software that's continually evolving. Things change, things improve, and things get better. And through feedback and people using it, that's how, you know, the software improves. When this is on song autopilot, it's just awesome. It makes life so much easier. I was stuck in some traffic yesterday with it on, and you just don't have to do anything. It just, you know, keeps the distance, which, you know, normal cruise control will do. But it also deals with, oh, that was nicely taken, that was. I was thought for a minute, that particular bend, that it was just going to pile into it, because it didn't really slow down until quite late, or what I would see as late for the autopilot based on its previous experience. But it took that corner perfectly. It was a fast sweeping corner, quite tight. They did it really, really well. Auto steer limited again, going too fast. So the limitations on the EU restrictions on how far the steering wheel can be moved. So yeah, as I was saying, stuck in traffic, stop start traffic, and with autopilot on, it was just a breeze, because all you had to do was just sort of concentrate, keep your eye on what was happening. But it was doing braking and accelerating and steering for you, and it just really takes the drudgery out of that kind of driving. Where most accidents happen, in fairness, you know, those small nudges and people running into the back of other people because they lose concentration. Coming into a 30, it's done this little stretch really, really well. This is the little area where at Chelveston, where it's got, again, more S-bends. They must have like bought a job lot of S-bends around here. So they'll bulk buy, and then they've distributed them around all the little villages like Kimbolton and Chelveston. So we are coming into here really, really slow. It did this yesterday, okay actually. It did actually get round it, and then it dropped out just there. So we'll take it out. It was exactly the same as yesterday's behaviour. Put us back in again. We go up the hill, turn around, turn off to the right, and then come out of the 30 back into a 60. Getting a little bit slow through there. Go into the 60. Let me know your thoughts down below on how that journey panned out. Was it good? What bits were good? How are the camera settings in terms of the positions? Is it easy to watch? And be interested to know what it's like on a phone, because I know about 40% of people watch YouTube videos on a mobile. So, you know, is it too small to actually see? Potentially, I don't know. So a bit of feedback on that would be great. Thanks very much. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.